For such high quality products and the detail that we can manage to get in our stamps. What I really love about Hochanda is I get to demonstrate lots of different techniques for you to understand how to use our products and hopefully inspire you. I've got loads of fantastic ideas buzzing around in my head, so I can't wait to get those filtered into our products and out to you at home. So grab a cup of tea, join me and the team from Indigo Blue on Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Barbara.
And I'm Julie.
And together we're Scarlet Rose Crafts. We're a family-run business, been in business for 2 years, and our aim is to bring new and innovative new products to the crafting industry.
We've both been involved in crafting industry for many years, and we're continuing to move forward with our new company now.
The Easy Matte Plate is our flagship product, followed by our innovative Easy Shim product.
Our range includes diamond trail plates, ultra-sized dies, cards and sticky sheets.
We're constantly developing new and unusual products, so watch this space.
On our shows, we hope to inspire you with our products so that you can carry on crafting, because our motto is, because we can.
So don't miss the Scarlet Rose Craft shows on Hochanda.
Hello, my name's Catherine Sturrock and I bring to Hochanda my company Character Crafts. Character Crafts brings to you our laser cut designs. Each design is designed by myself. We cut them on the laser machines here in Doncaster and bring the products to you at home. Character Crafts is suitable for all ages and all abilities, so I hope that I can inspire you and help you along with your crafting. I like to show you how to use different paint techniques and different techniques to bring the characters alive, and use various mediums to decorate, and I also use air dry clay for decorating with the flowers. So make sure you look out for the Character Craft shows on Hochanda. I hope to see you soon.
Hi, I'm Abs from Hochanda Create. I've been crafting for over 10 years now, and I love stamping, stenciling, creating layers of colours, textures, and creating depth and dimension. Hochanda Create was established in October 2016, collaborating with a group of designers and artists from all over the world, bringing different designs and products in different styles. We pride ourselves with high quality photopolymer clear stamp sets, dies, stencils, washi tapes and acrylic blocks, all in different size and formats. In my shows at Hochanda, I hope to bring you inspiration and different ways of using your craft products. Make sure you don't miss the Hochanda Create shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Bev. Hi, I'm Sam. And we're from Be Crafty. Be Crafty is a family-run company. Sam is my sister. And we love bringing brand new products to Hochanda. We manufacture and design all our own ranges of stamps, inkables, MDF, lots and lots of inspiration that we love to bring and share with you.
If you tune in to Hochanda to join us, you'll see that mine and Bev's style are totally different. But what that does is it brings you lots of styles and techniques that you can include in your crafting too.
Our ranges are increasing all the time with the lovely hand-drawn images that Sam and myself are trying to bring to you, plus the fantastic new designs that we like to bring in the inkables, in the dinkables and the MDF as well, so you can use them across all different sorts of crafts and bring the best we can to Hochanda too. So make sure you don't miss the Be Crafty shows on Hochanda.
Hello, good morning. We have got a packed show for you this morning. Good morning, Lou.
Good morning, good morning. Morning.
Yes, indeedy. And you're going to be doing some wonderful demonstrations, as always, and using loads of fabulous products that we love.
We have got such a wonderful mix this morning.
Yeah.
I get to play. It's a bit like playing in your own craft room, you know, when you bring a bit of this in and you bring a bit of that in and you bring a bit of that. Yeah.
That's what we've got for you this morning. Right then, so do shop ahead on the website. We've got Graphic 45, which is obviously delicious. But first off, let's have a little look at this bundle that we have got for you. So we have got the Pronty MDF mailbox, which you can see down there. So easy to put together, Lou?
Oh, absolutely superb. You get photographic instructions.
Oh, good. Right.
And they show you step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Slots together absolutely beautifully.
Wonderful. And we can see a nice example here of our mailbox. Loving that. I'm loving the papers as well, obviously, that it's been decorated with. But you can decorate it any which way that you like. Then we've also got a really large stencil.
But that's a mask stencil. So the bits that you see cut around the outside come away.
Right.
So you can do one background colour.
Yeah.
And then you just put that other stencil back in place to add decoration. Or you use those as individuals in their own right.
Nice. I like that. So but it's big, isn't it? Lovely.
Oh.
Then we've also got up here, we've got the Deco Art texture acrylic.
Yes, so
it's paste.
It's got built into it an extra layer, so you can use it for all your texture through all your different stencils. You can mix it with all your different paints.
Yeah.
So you have the acrylic, but it's built in. It's a heavy bodied, so it's a little bit thicker.
I see. And then we move on to our luscious paints that we've got here. Beautiful. So we've got espresso. What else have we got? Oh, what's it say? What's it say on them? What's it say? Does it say? Oh, we've got antique gold. That's that one. And then this one is the iced espresso. Oh, I could do with one of them. Iced espresso this morning. And then this one is silver morning. So you've got those 3 paints in this lovely bundle. Then we move on to, we've got some of these lovely quotes.
Yeah, they're the Tim Holtz distress quotes, and you get loads and loads and loads.
Tim Holtz.
And they're the heavy chipboard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, they can sit in amongst all your mediums, colour them up. There's a brilliant selection of loads of different words, but you've got things there like notes, found, lost, which goes beautifully with some of your MDF.
Absolutely.
If you want, to put it on the top of it. But they're like you say, they're a good way. You could throw your sprays at them, watercolours, you name it. You can throw at them, and they won't deteriorate.
Perfect, perfect. And there's loads of those. And then we've got some, I love ephemera. I love it because it transports you back in time, doesn't it?
It does. And sometimes it's knowing, I know we all cut lots of little bits and pieces out, but sometimes you don't know what bits to cut out. And I think when you've got a pack like that, you can have a rummage through and find the bits you love.
Absolutely.
To add to your actual project.
Yeah, loving these.
There's so many in there as well. So you get like little tickets, you've got little photographs, you've got little journal pieces, bits of script.
It's wonderful.
They're wonderful, and they're a great size.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
Really cute. These, again, are by Tim Holtz, so look at all of these pieces. They're fabulous. Oh, there's a lovely little frame there. That's amazing. So you're getting all of that for just over £20, so it's £21.99. You've got a £12.62 saving. That's random, isn't it? 62 pence, but never mind. £12.62 saving. Item number is 045865. Then, moving over, we have got a big MDF bundle. You've got a storage box, a cube storage, wall boxes, hanging message boards, and a letter rack. So this will keep everybody busy.
It is, and it's a nice bundle. It's a nice... some of the bits there are actually from my craft room.
Right. So I mean, you've popped... You can see how much, like...
That's from my actual craft room. I use that myself, because that one there actually stores all my stencils in. Because you get 4 dividers in there as well.
Amazing. Oh, here they are.
And I've just decorated it up to suit...
Your taste, can I just say, very good taste.
But it's a really good size. So I've got my A4 stencils in there, right down to DL 6x6s and smaller. And I love it because I can carry it around.
Yes, because
the handles.
This box has the handles in.
Yeah.
And as Lou was saying, you can see, and this isn't even full. Shall I just
That's
look?
only just some of mine. Yeah.
Only just some of Lou's bits and bobs. Look at that. There's still tons of space in there. So that will be brilliant for your storage. And like you said, you can decorate it up as you like. And then you can see you've done some more finished samples around here. So basically this is what you can be making. Again, note the graphic 45 papers that are... Oh, I love this one. Oh, I love this one.
The 3 sets, the cubes there are also from my home. My son went to South Africa.
Oh, right.
And he brought us back some wooden carved animals and some little figurines and bits and pieces and stuff. So actually, when the papers came out, it was a bit of a bonus because we've actually display all the little bits that he gave us within those papers, within those boxes on the wall.
Yeah.
And it's like his little South Africa moment, as it were, again.
Gorgeous, loving that. You even get some rope there so that you can hang the message board, and then you can see, they look absolutely divine. So again, wonderful for your storage. £19. Look, this is virtually half price. £19.93. You've got a £19 saving. This is a lot of storage. Item number is 352586. Right then, we've also got some mediums for you. And starting here, so this is a combination of Deco Art and Ranger. You've got your texture, paste, opaque crackle, and then you've also got the crackle glaze. So, Lou, do we use these together, or are they...
You can use them independently.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you can use them totally independently. The texture paste, opaque crackle, dries a beautiful, beautiful white.
Right.
But it has a very delicate crackle to it. But you can then paint on top of it. You can do absolutely everything else you want to do. It's a it's lovely and thick texture paste as well.
Cool.
And the Deco Art one, you can then mix with all your other Deco Art products as well. And then the Ranger one will mix with all the Ranger, but then most of us mix all our stuff together.
We do.
Anyhow.
We do indeed.
But they're a good size pot and they do last a long
time.
Long time.
Excellent. £10.99 for the 2 pots. Great value there. Item number is 477021. Next then, we've got our distressed texture paste. One of them is matte and one of them is crackle. Again, are these independent?
Yep, you can use them independently. So obviously matte and gloss, so one shiny, one flat.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful. They go on lovely, and they're great for gloss pastes. Are great for, excuse me, adding in your different powders and different things like that, because it can have different effects with it.
Yeah.
And you can colour them. Also, being translucent, it means if you just want to have that layer, but nobody really sees it, but you know you can feel it, that texture layer along there. They're brilliant for that.
Oh, nice. Can't wait to see all these products. £12.94 for the 2. Item number is 505060. Next then, we've got some more mediums for you. These are collage mediums. Okie dokie. So you've got vintage, the crackle, and then we've got matte and gloss, and you get 2 of each. So what do these do then, Lou?
They're all... I mean, the smaller bottles are lovely try-me sizes, I think, for all the different types of gels. So if you're new to dealing with all the different gels and mediums, they're an ideal size to take with you. I take them with me. Travel size. Yeah. So you've got, like, the different finishes. Not everyone's a gloss person, so you've got the matte there. The collage mediums are brilliant because you can layer that on as like a glue, a bit like all the ephemera.
Yeah.
Put that on top, and then you can seal it again. But you've got the vintage one, so that's already pre-coloured. Yeah. So when you put that on top, it'll give that automatic vintage look.
Oh, I want to see that, actually.
But you can actually have a, we'll do that. We'll have a play.
OK, that sounds good. I want to see all of these. OK, £17, and you've got a £10 and 2 pence saving. 839739, and last but not least, we have got the premium acrylics. Here we've got a texture medium, a black gesso, and a heavy body gel. Again, wonderful for your mixed media. Yeah,
definitely. And the Deco Art, well-known name. So it's a different form of mediums that work exactly the same through your stencils, palette knife, direct to project. The gel, use it as a glue as well as adding it through your stencils.
Yeah.
Mix it in with your paints,
Right.
and then you change it again. All mediums, there is a lot we can all do with different mediums to make them,
Absolutely.
extend them as much as we can.
Now, can I ask you, so there's a sample here.
That's the crackle, and that's some of the gloss on there. So that's a mixture of the different mediums, so to show...
I can see the crackle.
That's the crackle going through there.
Yeah.
That's one of the paints that I've mixed in with one of the glosses to go on top, you know, where you can see the shiny bit?
Yeah.
And
One. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
that's
I've
fine.
used the collage medium to go over the top to pick all the different elements together.
Yeah. Cool. Well, if you want to go for those gels, well, mediums, they are £9.99 for all three of those. Item number is 370155. And then if you're in need of spatulas, and you will if you're going to buy some of these lovely pastes and gels, then we've got 10 plastic palette knives for £10.99. Item number is 735729. Now we've got loads more on the show. Here we go. We're going to show you some graphic 45. Here it is. Lovely sets of papers. This one is the Joy to the World pattern and solid 12 by 12 pad. So you're getting the patterns and the matching solids that you can see because they're double-sided. It's £11.99 for your 12 by 12. Item number is 220, I think that was 959. Then the next one, oh, the kaleidoscope, because I love all the colours in this one. This has also got some ephemera and everything. £14.99, £5 saving. Item number is 945564. Love those. Then we've also got the patterns and solids pack as the kaleidoscope. Here it is. And that is £11.99. They'll go great together, actually. Item number is 674508. And then next we have got, oh yeah, right, these colour sparks, which maybe you could tell us a bit more about these, Lou.
Oh, the colour sparks, they are watercolour powder in those tiny little bottles, but they pack a punch. A little and I mean a little, goes a very, very, very long way.
Right.
They're from Ken Oliver, who's very well known within the market. And you can spritz them with water, and you can then see all the different coloured elements that make up that colour. It's not got mica in it. It's a true watercolour.
Yeah.
You can mix them with your mediums, and then you can change the colour up a little bit. Obviously, it won't be quite as intense when you mix it in within a medium, but they are are
they lush? They
are. I mean, put them in your paint palettes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a couple of tiny little drops went loads way with me. They are beautiful colours, and they're really a lovely range of colours as well. I mean, they've got a stunning turquoise and a chartreuse in there.
Oh, I know you love your blues. Yes.
So that went really, I mean, they're really nice, and they're a nice handy size, and the nib on them, that sometimes when you tap a bottle, lots of powder comes out. It's not you have to put a little bit, you have to tap it a couple of times. But it's brilliant for that reason. It goes a long way. Nice.
Thank you very much, Lou. So you can find details for those on the website. Right, without further ado, what are you going to do?
Now, the storage box that on the display there with the 4 is actually mine. So I changed mine up a little bit, because the idea for it is it's meant to be designed that you can have it this way. So I could sit here and put all my mediums and various other bits and pieces in it. But I thought it'd be nice to show you how I changed it when I got it. So I've made mine. Now, I can't find the instruction sheet. That's what I was looking for. But all the Pronty instruction sheets come as simple as this.
OK, cool.
So they tell you how to lay out your pieces and then which order to stick them in. And actually, it couldn't be any easier. So for this piece, it was like join the 2 middle bits together, 2 sides, the top, and then just stick the base on.
Yeah.
It all just slotted in beautifully. I didn't have to wrestle it, which is a bonus.
That's good.
So I'm going to just finish off with doing a little bit of the black gesso.
Sure.
And we can dry. And then I was going to... Oh, this is why I got the pinny on, because I know I will make a mess. So I'm going to try... It paints up absolutely beautifully. We've got the black gesso on, and I'm not even having to put it on thickly, and it covers, and it is a true black, and it's a true matte finish.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, an absolute bonus. Say I'm putting far too much on. So far, just that 2 bits. I've coloured 1 bit in there, sort of thing. It's so
amazing.
Just do it down the sides.
Yeah.
I will leave one of the bits because I can do that in between shows. I don't mind doing that. And I'll just finish that bit there, though.
Cool.
Too much on.
And as you said earlier, very easy to put together.
They're really, really easy. I'm dreadful for written instructions.
Oh, really?
Oh, drives my husband insane because he'll sit there and, you know, get the instructions out. How many screws does it come with? You know, so I just look at the pictures.
Yeah.
And go, oh, it's that with that, with that, with that. Brilliant. I'm off. I am dreadful for that. So actually, to have simple, you know, instructions at work for me is like, yay, I'm a bonus. Sort of thing.
Did you glue it, or do they?
I have glued mine because they all slot together beautifully. But I've glued it because I actually use mine.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to use it, and it's going to get some abuse, a bit like the stencil one, I've definitely glued because it comes with me. But yeah. But you minimal glue along there, okay. And it's up to you, sort of thing, because you can glue as you go along. Yeah. It depends on what your preference is. I know we're all a little bit different when we come to making things. The mailbox that's at the front there on the first collection, it was so beautiful to put together. It's held its own, and I haven't had to use glue on that. I just used the papers.
That's cool.
So I'm just going to use up this bit of gesso here, might as well, before I stick my fingers in it. So, right, so we carry on, and I would decorate all the insides.
Yeah.
But what I've also done is I've just gone around a little bit of the edges. Yeah. Just put that in there. Because I wanted to bring in some of the Graphic 45 papers. But I'm going to put this to one side for the moment, just let it dry. Now, on mine, this is from the unit out the front there. I decided that what would be rather cool is if it had drawers.
Right,
so I'm trying to see which is wet and which is dry. So I'm actually made drawers to go inside because I wanted it to be that way rather than that way. Right. But that's your own personal preference.
So did you make those from cardboard or what? Yeah.
So I just thought I'd show how I did it, sort of thing. So this is actually the micron that Hochanda sells.
Okay.
The 1,000 micron that was in the 7-Day Savers a couple of weeks ago.
Got you.
So I thought I'd grab some of that.
You've been purchasing. Yeah.
So all I did was, before I put this together, I just measured a template to go inside and worked out the actual sides to go. Now, this is a habit from school. I've got this brown tape.
Brown tape. I haven't seen that for years.
This is just like a habit from when I was teaching.
No, that's lovely.
But Cool Cats do that beautiful tape they do for all their albums. That would work exactly the same. Right. So I'm just going to tear a few pieces off. I've obviously got one made. Yeah. Just to show. So we'll just get some bits together and... We all make things in different ways. I'm going to make mine, if I can get my glue. I glue my pieces, hold them, and then put the tape on. Okay. Habit. Yeah. You know, no, for no other reason than it's habit. So I'm going to sit there and just line up. So as you can see, all I've done is I've just cut the mount board to actually sit on top. She says, I'm now going to be really particular and line it all up. Oh,
I'm the same, though.
Are you? Oh, that's good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. And it would hold. So I do it just so... The brown tape works, and it works beautifully, but I get then frustrated if it doesn't all come together as quickly as I want. So if this is partly glued, that's the only reason.
Don't worry.
So let's just do that there. Sorry, I'm working towards me. I do apologise.
No, all good. They've got to be comfortable. Did you cut that with a craft knife then?
No, I use my Guillotine.
Ah, okay.
You can use a craft knife. My guillotine will chomp through it.
Right. That's good. You've got a good guillotine then.
I have. Also, I don't like using a craft knife on air.
Do you know what? Me neither. I was talking about that, I'm sure, only yesterday or the day before, saying I just can't get on with craft knives.
I do at
It's a
home.
psychological thing.
I do at home. It's one of those things where you say to people, cut away from yourself, cut away.
Yeah.
And then you sit here on demo on air with you like cutting in any other direction that you possibly want. So I just sit there and think, just don't do it.
Yeah.
And there we go. So I would carry on. So we're going to put that piece there. It doesn't take long to do. So I said this was the, I'm sure it was the 1000 micron that you had on. It was a 7-day saver, it definitely was, and there was loads of it, so I went, yes.
Yeah, I'll have that.
I'll have that, please. See, I know people don't think we do, but we do all shop.
We do. I know Catherine's watching in the green room. Catherine shops. Catherine shops more than me now.
The last time, does she? She'd made me laugh the last time she was here. She was like, oh, I've just seen something. Oh,
Yeah, she runs upstairs. Love it.
But we all do, though. We all shop and we all, well, we all craft as well, so it's nice to see. I think being here as well, you get tempted because we walk past all the different sets and you go, oh.
That's what I do every morning. I'm like, what's in the set?
Right, so I would carry on building and building, and then all I would do with the tape is I go around all the joints with my tape.
Okay.
Okay, so just move that to one side so you don't see, because I have one.
You have prepared.
Lovely. And all I did was, this is an old punch I've had, and I just punched myself a little bit.
Yeah, for your fingers.
To my fingers to go on. And then I just painted it black.
Nice.
So it would actually fit inside the drawers. So I'm getting stuff there. So in good Blue Peter fashion, I have got one.
So well prepped, Lou.
Right, so I've got loads of these.
No, look at those colours.
These papers, as you can see, they're a favourite of mine anyhow. It is the colours, it's the design.
Yeah, it's everything.
I know sometimes the wording puts people like the American spelling and the European UK spelling with colour. But you know, I don't think it matters with these papers.
No.
I think they're just so beautiful.
It's the drama with the black as well, sort of how bold, and it's got a lot of pizzazz.
It can, but you could put these, I mean, I've done mine against black, but you could easily put them with white.
Yeah.
I mean, I was saying to you there, my one over there, I'm going to decorate the bottom of this one.
Okay.
But my one isn't decorated on the bottom. But for a lot of mine, I actually put a layer of felt on the bottom.
Oh, that's a nice idea. That's very posh.
It's actually to stop it scraping on my desk.
Good point.
So I will put a layer of felt or something across there. Right, so...
Do you know, I've made gift boxes with that exact paper.
Isn't it beautiful? It just packs an absolute... It's a colour riot, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful colour riot. So let's do the bottom as well. And you can see all the different pieces slot together. There's no sanding. That's flat.
That's good. Good quality.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the picture, like I said, I'm a picture person. I'm not a... You need this screw, you need to do it that way. So... actually having it together, and they go together really, really, really quickly. I mean, the stencil storage one there, it's just that went together so quickly.
What, the mailbox one?
No, the one from the other.
Oh, from the other kit.
It's like that I keep my stencils in. That was just like, oh, this is too easy. You know, when you just go. So we just that way there, and then I've got some of the other papers to match. So all I've done is once I've made it up, I've then measured all my sides.
Yeah.
To put all the papers in. We can go there.
Nice. And the details for the Kaleidoscope collection are on the screen for you. Just £14.99, £5 saving, and it really is delicious, absolutely delicious set of papers.
Oh, but you don't, I mean, we've got it with the MDF sort of thing, because it's being 12 by 12, it's ideal for MDF in the basis that you've got a nice long piece. But you can use it for your scrapbooking, your journaling. You know, you can use it for so much.
Absolutely.
Right, so that...
Look at that.
Is my
thing of beauty.
Now, we've got on
the
iced espresso.
Yes.
Now, This one is, it doesn't look like it does much, but it's got an actual little shine to it. A little bit of, yeah.
Nice.
So you do need to shake it first. And let's, I seem to be collecting drawers, don't I? Sorry. And
oh, you can see it.
It's got, and it's a really, really, really subtle.
Nice.
But what it is brilliant for is because obviously it's acrylic, I can just subtly add little highlights, which is what I've done.
Oh yeah,
you can dry brush,
shine.
but fingers.
Get your fingers in there.
That's not glued down, that'll bug me, but then that's because I'm rushing. But you can then, you know, you can add it, and it adds, and it's got that little bit of metallic twinkle to it.
Yeah, it has. You can really see that.
So, you know, you can take a little bit away from the black.
Yeah.
And obviously, being an acrylic, it's hard wearing. So, I just wanted to add a few little highlights. I know using black is not always everybody's. You know, it can be too daunting. Whereas I've aged it really, really, really quickly.
It does have that effect. And we've popped the details on screen. You get your acrylic paints in with the mailbox, the stencil. You've also got the ephemera and the quote chips by Tim Holtz.
So I'm just going to go round. I mean, if you prefer to use a dry brush, do a dry, or even a sponge.
Yeah.
I've got a sponge somewhere, but like you say, fingers first.
Yeah, I was going to say with your fingers, I feel like you've got total control then of where it's going.
Yeah, you have, sort of thing, and I'm using it as a way of making sure my glue's also stuck down.
As well, yeah.
Now, I've painted the back of this black, because I'm obviously going to make it a standing unit, but you could use your papers as well. So it just adds a little bit. You could bring your stencils in on top of here with a nice gel medium if you wanted to.
Oh, that sounds good.
But so just a quick way of adding, and it seals as well. So you can go on some of the, and it, it's.
Oh, look at that. That's
You'd think it's. I don't think the name of it does it any justice.
What, the ice espresso?
Because you don't think it's like a metallic, and it isn't. It's got a beautiful, lustery, metallic.
Oh, luster is a good word. Yeah, I like that.
I know, I'm quite impressed at this time of the morning. But so I carry on building and building and building. This is why I've got my pinion. So we'll put that to one side. Now, in that beautiful, beautiful paper, we get a sheet that has so many toppers on it. And we get a sticker sheet. We get lots of stickers.
Nice.
But we get borders, we get strips, we get bunting. Isn't it amazing what you just go, oh, we get bunting. So what I've done is I've just cut some out, and I've got some with me to add. Because what I want to do is, on the sides here, where I've chosen the plainer colours, is I quite fancy, we've got, you know, different quotes and phrases we can use.
That perfectly, doesn't it?
It is, and it's one of the bigger toppers, so you could actually, if you were being really tight, you could just paint that out and just put the topper in place and then save the backing paper for another day. You know, if you were being really, really tight with it. But then you've got, the black goes with it as well if you wanted to stand out. So I thought what we'd do is we just decorate some of the sides with there. So we've got imagination is more important than knowledge. I thought that was lovely.
Yeah, I'm just letting that sink in. I mean, because Lottie agrees with me. With you, sorry. Because they say whatever we can imagine, we can achieve, can't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's some wonderful quotes in there. That's by Albert Einstein. They've written on here, and it's a lovely big. It's a really nice font as well. It suits the style of papers.
Yeah.
Right. So let's trim that down, and I just put these on the. And I thought it'd be nice just to have them on the side. Yeah. Do you want to go straight on, or do you want to go at a jaunty angle? What do you fancy?
Jaunty angle.
Jaunty angle. I mean, look at the backing paper on there, on the reverse. Isn't that... Oh, I just thought that might be a little bit much for the screens at this time of the morning. Might just send our eyes just a little bit...
fuzzy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got that to go on there.
Nice.
And I could bring in the paint again if I wanted to, you know, to tie. I could have gone around the edges there. So I'm then going to go, life is a kaleidoscope of colour, and build these up. So this is left over from my sheet. So we've got and because it's got like the peacock design on it, I thought it just went well with the top there. And then we'll use a coloured one on the top. Now I'm just going to trim these down. If I was at home, I might use my guillotine, then I might not.
Okay.
I have big scissors. So I thought we could have life is a kaleidoscope of colour, and I just want to have it hanging over just a little bit, and I'm going to trim some of it away.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to fit it in, and as you said, you wanted a jaunty angle.
Yeah.
So let's go for it. And
I was just feeling jaunty this morning.
Yeah, it wakes us up, doesn't it, at this time of the morning, 7 o'clock. So we can do that there.
That looks cool.
Then, with the stickers, we can then, you see, you've got lots of beautiful stickers. What the one I'm looking for.
And so vivid again.
I know they're, that's the word I'm looking for. I knew I'd seen them. You know when you go, where are they?
Yeah.
And they've got this beautiful peacock. Now, we could have mounted that on black, but I just actually like them to blend into the actual background.
Yeah.
With all mine, I must admit, once everything is dry, I will use the gel mediums that we've got on the show, and I will cover all the papers so they last. They can take a little bit more abuse.
Yeah, abuse.
Well, if you're going to use it, then it's going to be... So we could carry on building and building and building. The other thing I did notice, and it was like, you know, they planned it in my... But some of these stickers here fit perfectly. I don't know how I'm going to be able to show you. Let me turn it round if that's easier. Fit perfectly. So if you wanted to use it as an actual storage...
Oh, I like that as a finishing off.
As a finishing, so you could do that on each of those. Yeah. If you were going to have it just as a shelving unit.
Nice.
I have another one of these at home, and what I've done is I've actually cut up. I obviously have a few packages come through, and I've cut up some of that and I put it at the bottom, so when I can put my scissors and things like that on, it's not denting.
Oh, that's a good point.
So I just cut a little base of that stuff there. So let's just, I'm going to put, we've got to have, like you say, colour your world. We'll stick to the jaunty angle.
Oh, look at that. And the peacocks. I love peacocks. They're so majestic, aren't they?
I know, they're beautiful. This is when I wish I'd brought painted a feather now. So I'm just going to trim, because that would have gone really beautifully.
Well. Oh my gosh, could you imagine if you make your own quilt with a peacock feather and have that sitting
that would
in there?
Be... Sitting on top would be beautiful, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Right, OK, I'm being good. And we've got that there. And like then we've got... I won't... otherwise, I'm going to be here for, ages going, oh,
you're just playing.
I am. But you've got... That's what I was looking for. We've got this border strip.
Yeah.
And I won't decorate that. And I would go... Can you see it's that beautiful little peacock feather here? And I was just going to add it on and build up my design bit by bit.
Yeah. It's just those finishing touches look really good.
It is, and it's because it's all tonal and goes in together, it works brilliantly. I'm not going to waste that little bit.
Boy.
I'm not going to waste that bit there. Let's put that back on there. So we carry on building and building and building.
Lovely.
But I'm now trying to work out where I gessoed and where I didn't. You know, when you just go, you can put your fingers in.
Yeah.
So the reason I did it that way, so then I've got the drawer, and I was saying to you about the toppers.
Yeah.
And I chose one, and I've lost it. Which one did I choose? There it is.
Cool. Oh, perfect.
So it fits on the front perfectly.
Nice. Just so you know, at home, a quarter of the stock has gone of these beautiful papers. $14.99, 945564 is your item number.
So it was if these papers were designed for this unit.
It is, yeah.
It was really bizarre sort of thing, and It takes away the decoration sort of thing. Now I'm going to use a knife, which is all the, you know, doing it towards me. This is why I don't do it on air very often. Right, I would spend a little bit more time and cut it away a bit more. Or I'm not going to wreck that, because that would just annoy me that the paper's damaged then. She says, sorry, I'm having to do it towards me.
Yeah, no, be safe. That's
oh, it's not to be safe. I'm actually protecting the paper more than I am myself.
Priorities.
I'd like to say I'm being safe, but it's not. It's me protecting the paper more. I don't want to damage the paper. So there we've got the different toppers. And where I've got my raw edges, I would just go over in black.
Yeah.
So I then created my different drawers. So now I suddenly made it...
That looks awesome.
A drawer unit.
Instead, that's so cool. What a great idea.
But it doesn't take long to make the actual drawers. Or if you don't want to do it that way, you can just leave it as a shelving unit.
Yeah, I think that's fabulous. Right then, shall I leave you for a moment? Okie dokie. So let's have a little look at our storage system. We have got the mail storage, which is here. Well, this has been decorated up, which is just jolly marvellous, your mail storage box. Look at that, how beautifully decorated is this? It's awesome, isn't it? Very nice. And then we've also got, so you can see the actual MDF there, and there's full instructions, as we've seen, which is lovely. Then you're also going to get the stencil. Stencil mask, stencil, is it like a bit of both?
It's a bit of both. So it's, you can see it's cut round. Hold on, I tell you what, if I grab mine, it's probably easier to show you, isn't it? I have normally my big stencils in separate storage, but so I didn't forget their names. I just leave it in the bags until it's been used and abused. So you get your bits joined in.
Yeah.
And so you get all these little separate bits. So I can then put a whole wash of colour in this circular area here.
Yeah.
And then I can put this back on top, and I could go over with a secondary colour. And then you can build up your layers that way. Or I've got this as a separate stencil, this as a separate stencil, this one, this one, all the other little ones, the little rose one. And that's what I mean by a stencil mask. You can create your background layer and you can put another layer on top.
Got you.
It's great if you do your back colour layer and then put your texture pastes or your gels on the top of it, because that creates another depth as well.
Nice, very nice. And then at the top here, we have got our texture medium, which is very lush. Then we've also got our 3 acrylic paints. We have got the antique gold, the iced espresso, which Lou was just using, and then we've got the silver morning. Or that's what we're going through at the moment. Silver mornings, all the frost. Yeah.
Oh, and the mist.
Then we've also got. Look at these. These are the quote chips. Let's have. I'm just going to have a little, because I showed you some on the top earlier. Let's have a little rummage. Oh, it feels really good to just rummage through it. It's so satisfying. You've got genuine. Believe in yourself. Trust your heart, one of a kind, awesome, live in the moment. They're just brilliant. And they are by Tim Holtz. Also by Tim is we've got the ephemera. Again, I'm just going to have a rummage at the bottom. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, we've got some tiny bits in here. Oh, wait. There's some lovely little butterflies. Look at that. It's like a bingo ticket. Do you know, I love bingo. I haven't played it for ages. I might do that at the weekend. And then look at that. Lovely little tickets. Special delivery. They're great, aren't they? There's old photographs in here. It's wonderful. This is a really nice bundle. You've got a nice saving of £12.62. It's £21.99. In total. Your item number is 045865. Now, we've also got another big storage bundle for you. And I know you're all feeling really inspired now to get your papers out and get your paints out. Now, in this bundle, you've got lots of elements. So you can make a storage box, your cube storage, wall boxes, hanging message boards, and a letter rack. This is filled with, but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is there's tons of stuff already in here, but there's still room for more. Part of me doesn't want to tip it forward because I don't want everything to come out. Now, all those things I've read out, you've got 5 projects, so that works out at about £4 per project. How good is this? And you can see how Lou's decorated them up so beautifully. You'll get the full instructions to follow through. Look, there's the hanging, and it's even got the little rope to fit through. See, that's the storage box there that Lou's been having a play with, but she's made her own drawers, which is just such a clever idea. Really like that. So you can see the different shapes and sizes, but it's so nice, isn't it, to have all your storage and everything's neat and tidy. I know most of us are really messy, but it's quite, sometimes we go, I really need to tidy up, but isn't it nice if you've decorated your own project? So it's £19.93 with a £19 saving, really big saving. 352586 is your item number. We're going to have a little look at the mediums. First, we've got the Deco Art and the Texture Paste by Ranger. So you can see that's the opaque crackle and the crackle glaze that you're getting together. And Lou was saying, so these two can be independent of each other, but it's nice to have, you know, the one is opaque and the one is glaze so that you get different finishes. £10.99, 477021. Down here then, we have got our lovely texture pastes. There we go, texture pastes, gorgeous. One is matte and one is crackle. There you go, that you can see. So again, different finishes. £12.94, 505060. Then we've got the Distress Collage Mediums. Look, this one's the vintage, so that one's already coloured. Then you've got the Craving, which sounds very interesting. I'd like to see both of those. And then you've got 2 gloss and 2 matte in the Try Me sizes. Those are £17. You've got a £10 and randomly 2p saving. Item number is 839739. And then last but not least, you've got your Deco Art acrylics here. You've got your texture medium, heavy body gel, and the black gesso. And here are the, all of those for £9.99. That's a cracking price, isn't it? 370155. Some other things to add to your basket. Graphic 45. Okay, sorry, I was getting excited. We've got the kaleidoscope here. This is £11.99. So this is the solids to match the patterns. There you go. £11.99. Oh, look at those colours. And then we've got the 12 by 12 that Lou's been using. This is the collection pack. This is where you'll get those stickers as well and toppers. A quarter of the stock has gone. £14.99 for that. And then we've also got the Joy to the World collection, which is £11.99. This is your 12 by 12 pad. Also, you can see double-sided your solids and your patterns, 220959. As ever, you can call us. You can see the number on screen, 01733 602000, or have a little look on our website. Right, Lou, we've got about 10 or so minutes.
Well, I thought we'd have a play with some of the mediums and some of the colour sparks.
Let's do it.
And put the two together. Now, as I said, so I'm just going to grab one of them here. This is from the poolside, and this is Carillion Blue. And they're little pots of watercolour powder. Oh, they are lovely.
Yeah.
And you can use them in lots of different ways. You can use them as paint, and I'm just putting the tiniest bit on there. And if I put my spritzer on, that would be good. And it goes, that was just the tiniest of tiniest
Look
bits.
at that.
And it will go, I can then, if I'm just going to put it here and pick up a paintbrush and just hope my dirty water doesn't change the colour too greatly. Well, it's black. But
It has gone black, hasn't it? It's because of the...
But that's it as a paint.
Nice.
So they are, you know, they absolutely beautiful. I mean, you can carry on washing that out, obviously being a watercolour.
It's very intense, isn't it, though?
Oh,
it's lovely.
It's beautiful. So you've got as I said, a tiny little bit goes a long, long, long way.
Yeah.
And they're such an intense way of colour. One of the ways, I'm going to move that to one side and let it dry. One of the ways I like to use it is with the stencils, and just to do something a little bit different.
All right.
I'm using a lot of the stencils we've got on the Pick and Mix.
Right.
Forgive me, I don't know all their names.
Oh, don't worry.
You know when you just go, I don't know all their names. So which one? I'm going to do this one. As you can see, it's well loved. She says it's very well loved.
It so is. I think that's a piece of artwork in itself now.
You know when you go, it's very well loved. I just love the style of it. And I thought what we'll do is let's bring in the distressed texture paste. You can see mine's very well loved. And I'm just going to add it on. And we're just going to put some... So now, the texture paste is obviously thicker, because it's a paste, than a gel.
Yeah.
So we can create as much dimension. Now, the distressed texture is designed to give subtle, faint little crackles.
Is this one, sorry?
This is this one here.
Does it need to...
You can use a heat gun to force it. Or, I mean, if you've got patience... Let it dry. It doesn't take long to dry at all.
Oh, that's good, because I'm impatient.
Oh, I am as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, it doesn't take long at all. So I'm just going to put this on. Let me... And I am actually listening at home. I'm using a mixed media paper, the Dolly Dimples mixed media.
Oh,
that
yes.
should be on the website.
Should be on the web, yeah.
Yeah. It's perfect because it does all the different things I want it to do, the mixed media papers, with all the different mediums I want it to do.
Absolutely.
So it saves me, when I'm demoing, bringing hundreds of bits with me. Right, there's a hard bit there, but I'm going to keep that. I know you shouldn't, but that adds... It's a bit later, sorry. That's me being... Now, so there we go. We've got that like that. Let's just put that over there.
Nice.
And what I do like to do, let's move the lid, is on top of this,
this is gonna look
use
good.
these. Now, I'm just going to do tiny little dots, and it doesn't look like much is happening. I'm going to do it on the gel as well, so you can see the difference of the finished effects. Cool. So that is the cerulean blue. I love this chartreuse. Oh. I get all of the little bits come with colour swatches.
Oh, does it? That's great,
each of them. So you get to see, like I've done a spritz, how they all come apart.
Nice.
The sepia is lovely. So I'm just going to put a little bit, and you can see I'm not putting very much on at all, but the colour is starting to travel.
It is, isn't it? Is that because the gel medium is still wet?
Yeah, the paste is still wet. Yes, so it's acting as a dissolver.
Yeah.
A bit like a water would do. So we've got a little bit of the... And as I said, a little goes a long way. Now, I'm in love with this orchid colour. Orchid. That's Merlot. I don't want Merlot. I want the orchid. Yeah. See, I've been really good and kept mine in the boxes. That's only because
I actually really like the packets.
Well, it's only so I remember all... Because they all come with different names.
Yeah.
As a collection. And I'm being honest, I wouldn't remember, especially at this time of the morning. And I just want to put a little bit of like that there. So that's all sitting on top of my stencil. So I'm just going to let that sit there for a moment. Okay. Because what I want to do is I just want to grab another piece of card and get this ready. Because I'm not going to waste that. And I would do this in my journal if I was going to do it. So now, if I take this away, this stencil away...
Here we go.
It looks like that, which looks really underwhelming. But when it dries...
Yeah. Oh, look at that!
This is just a different stencil. When it dries, all the colour merges into the texture paste.
It's all coming out, isn't it?
And it all comes out. So you just got to... I'll let that dry, and then it will, by the end of the show, by the next show, all of these will have the crackle, but actually will be coloured at the same time. So then I've got another background I can work on. I could add sprays and spritzes, or I could keep a nice clean background.
Nice. I like that one as well.
That's the gloss. I was going to do that one.
Gloss. Okay, cool.
Right, so let's just put them there
Got
and
about
there.
5 minutes.
Oh, OK, I'll speed up. What I want to do is I just want to put this... I folded a piece of paper there. Yeah. I just want to get is this working? So I've got to do away from the electrics. You know, you just go...
Oh, look at that.
Well, there's all these pigments on here.
Yeah, so...
Now, I've managed to do this. I'm only going to do it once,
yeah.
but I've managed to get this to do this 3 or 4 times.
Really? Nice, nice.
If you don't want to use your fingers, use a brayer. I'm going to do that way. Because I've got now I've got a mixture here. It's one way of cleaning up my stencil.
That's a good point.
You know, because I've got the texture paste on it.
Yeah.
But it's another way of creating different backgrounds. So this is just like pretending we would have.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I've got the texture paste come through there with the added. So that works. So when it dries, see that now, look, that's got another 2 or 3 goes on it.
It
so
has, hasn't it?
I will have to, let's put that over there. That's going to have to, I can't waste that. But when it dries, that again, I've got texture paste both sides and all the colour is merged in with the water.
It's
but I can still see the pattern underneath it.
Lush. I'll just do a quick show of the website, just if you want the pick and mix of the masks and stencils. $10.99 for 3. Again, really great value. So there's a lot to choose from there. Oh, I like the cogs, obviously. That's really cool. There you go. Sorry, back to you, Lou.
You're fine, go for it. So this is the gel medium, and I'm going to do another, used stencil.
Oh, okay.
I did try and clean up a lot of my
stencils.
stencils. You know when you
go... It shows you're a true crafter.
Until I'm... So with the gel medium, this is the one we've got on from Deco Art.
Yeah.
This is the heavy gel medium. I'm being a little bit tight with it. It's more fluid in texture. I was trying to think of the word at this time of the morning.
No,
so it's a bit more fluid. So it's wetter as well. So when we put the powders on, I suppose this is clean crafting in some respects. If you don't want to make a lot of mess, it's a nice clean way of crafting.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's picking up all my paint from my stencil, but that will look really cool in the finished effect.
Yeah.
So let's just do that there. Let's put that in the water. Right, okay, let's go for this orchid. There's so many different colours. I've just gone for... I don't want to put too much on. So as I say, you really don't need very much at all. Let's go for this fuchsia.
Nice.
The sepia is beautiful, but that...
I find it fascinating how it travels. I like that word, as in
because it's watercolour pigment paint in a powder, and it's designed to react with a medium, i.e. water. The pastes are doing it. It's just a nice, clean way of, colouring. And I like it because you can have... If I wanted to stamp now or put other layers on, so I'll let these dry, and then in the next show we can bring in the collage mediums and we can collage over the top of them.
Yeah.
So as you can see, I'm being. What I love about it is you can be tight.
Yeah, I love that.
Without being horrible, but that's what we want. So if I take this away.
Nice.
So that's what the colour looks like now. I would do exactly the same with a folded sheet.
Yeah.
But when it dries...
Oh, look at that.
The colour then becomes trapped inside the gel. I've got the raised feature and I've got the gloss. But this is now all multicoloured.
Looks fabulous.
It's a cleaner way than with sprays.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you, Lou. Just very quickly then, for the end of the hour, we've got the gorgeous colour options then of your colour sparks. Great reviews there as well. Oh, look, Berry Punch, Desert Ranch, great names too. Alpine and Grassland. So each set of 3 is $16.99. Do check out your baskets. Which one's limited? Poolside is limited. Good choice. There you go. Oh, she's going for a twofer. She's going for a twofer.
I can't wait for... While you were doing that, I thought I've got to clean the stencil off. Yeah.
Amazing. We'll just quickly see the reveal and then...
Sorry, I was just...
No,
I was tidying up.
Yeah, so that's what it is. That's what it is. Here we go. Yes, nice.
So I've now got a messier background, but that will dry when it does, because it's still got some of the gloss in there,
Yeah.
there'll be patches of sheer gloss.
Wonderful, thank you so much, Lou. Please make sure you're joining Lou at 10 o'clock. She'll be with Catherine as well. Thank you once more, really enjoyed that. Right, it's one day special time and it's been a very, very busy one. We're with Trisha. Hi, Trisha. We're waving from the other side of the studio, followed by Handmade by Hayley, and after that, as I said, back with Lou at 10 a.m.
Hi, I'm Ali from Ali Stitch Your Fingers. I've been sewing most of my life. I absolutely love sewing. I've been with the Hochanda now from the very beginning, really. That's when I started to go there. The Hochanda family are lovely people to work with, and I'm really enjoying my time with them. Designing is a big part of the journey for me as well. I love going out and finding the fabrics to use in the projects and bringing them to you. I love the designing process from start to finish, and then the finished project is just the icing on the cake. So make sure you don't miss out. Come and sew with me on Hochanda.
Have you heard of Hochanda Freedom? Did you know that as a Hochanda Freedom member, you could be making savings on every order you place? For just £5.97 a month, you will benefit from selected Freedom member discounts and complimentary standard delivery on every order you place. You will also receive our exclusive Hochanda Freedom members badge, regular newsletters, giveaways and crafty updates. If you shop with Hochanda more than twice a month, then Freedom is for you. Don't forget, your Freedom membership is flexible, so you can pause it if you're going away, or you can cancel it at any time. So what are you waiting for? Give us a call or head to the website, quoting item number 88888, and join Hochanda Freedom today.
Hello, my name's Kay from Indigo Blue, and we've been established for 7 years, and together with my husband Alfie we design and manufacture our own in-house red rubber stamps. We also have our own range of paints, lushes and stencils. We're so proud that we've now got a reputation for such high quality products and the detail that we can manage to get in our stamps. What I really love about Hochanda is I get to demonstrate lots of different techniques for you to understand how to use our products and hopefully inspire you. I've got loads of fantastic ideas buzzing around in my head, so I can't wait to get those filtered into our products and out to you at home. So grab a cup of tea, join me and the team from Indigo Blue on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm John Lockwood from John Next Door and Crafts 2. I've been with Hochanda since the very beginning, and I've been crafting a lot longer than that. My crafting journey's taken me through all different types of crafting, from stamping and die cutting to colouring and inking, and loads of different things. I've been working with Crafts 2 now for over 3 years, and they produce the John Next Door brand, distribute it and make sure that everything is perfect in that. This allows me to work with the fantastic Crafts 2 tools and products, as well as some of their other amazing brands such as 2J Stamps, Press Cut and the Craft Artist range of glues and consumables and inks. I really find that this partnership is extremely strong and helped me bring out the best of my products and all the other products within the Crafts 2 stable and the ones that I design. So don't miss the John Next Door and Crafts 2 shows on Hochanda.
morning to you all. How are you doing this morning? It is wonderful to have your company here at Hochanda. And of course, it's the one day special, the first show of today, and we've got the wonderful Trisha with us as well. Trisha, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Words fail me. I'm gobsmacked, elated.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, did you sleep last night at all?
Yeah, I didn't get to bed till a little bit later, so I've had some hours sleep.
Oh, well, if anybody didn't catch the launch of the one day special, wow, was it busy. Now, Trisha, this is so weird, and I just said this to you before the show. You have such lovely shows with us here at Hochanda, and you have great shows, great products, all your own designs as well. And I've often thought, do you know, I'm surprised I've never seen Trisha do a one day special. And then lo and behold, I see you on the schedule and here you are.
Yes, yes. Absolutely lovely. I love doing it, and to be asked to do a one day special, yeah, is a privilege.
Oh, well, the honour is all ours, of course, to have lovely guests like Trisha. Let's have a look at the one day special. I can tell you, we did sell out last night. We've got the one day special back on extended delivery, but it is almost at limited stock, and when it has gone, it has gone. We can't possibly put any more pressure on Trisha, for one thing. We can't get any more bundles for you, not when it comes to the full bundle of the one day special. So if you're liking what you see here, please do not hesitate to check those baskets out. Now, what have we got here? We've got the Frenchy tool bundle, so I'm going to let Trisha explain what the French is. This is quite, I can see this being in the dictionary in the future because we're hearing this name so much now.
Yeah.
It becomes an official meaning.
Yeah, it's not there yet, but who knows. So when I came up with the idea of 4-inch squares and calling them Frenchies, they went down brilliantly. I mean, people love them. Probably because they're a pre-cut, it saves all the cutting yourself and the measuring, the accuracy. So I thought really we need to do a little bit more around it. So there's a few patterns to go with them as well. And then I thought something dawned on me, whether it was first thing in the morning or I don't know, but something clicked and thought, what if I make a ruler system, a small ruler system that works with and makes life easier? And this is how it came up.
Amazing. And everyone, as I say, has been loving it. So we can see the ruler system there. Absolutely fabulous. Made of perspex, of course, etched in there as well, all those increments as you would expect. So nothing's going to wear away. You are going to use this so many times over. We'll see, of course, Trisha using this as long as we've still got the stock when we get to demonstration. And it's not just that. It's not just about the ruler. We've got the Frenchies themselves. We've got the fabric strips as well. And I've got to say, I managed to watch a little bit of the launch last night when I got in from work, Trisha, and I fell in love with the fabric straight away. Now, this is Moda, I believe, isn't it?
It's French General.
Isn't it stunning? Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You've also got the grip tape and instructions as well. What can we make then? What can we make?
So, the instruction pack, you can see the small quilt in front of you. This can be made using the tool and the fabrics you have there. So you will get a whole Frenchies pack of La Rose Rouge. So you have 20 squares, and you can probably see here that you're only using 9 of those Frenchies, so you have got 11 left over. So with your widths of fabric, you've got some 8-inch widths, so that with your Frenchy tool, you can cut them into 8-inch squares and then make that little quilt.
Oh.
So with the extra, if you've got extra fabric that you wanted to put, because you'll be able to cut 10 8-inch squares, because you'll get 5 from each width. So you've used 9 there, so there's 1 left over. But if you've got extra fabric that would combine with, you could use your Frenchies, which will still all bring it together because they're La Rose Rouge. And you could make it, say, double width to make it a runner, or, you know, just put all of your stash so that it's a random, you know, a really pretty all-over quilt with lots of, we call them scraps, but your special fabrics, so that it is, you could make a king-size quilt.
It is absolutely gorgeous when it comes to the fabric, isn't it? Well, we've got a £10 discount for you as well, and payments on a flexi-buy option. 2 payments of £21.47, 603565. I'm just going to say again, we are very, very close to limited stock. This is extended delivery. We do not have any more stock that can be loaded at all on this bundle once this is gone. So please, please don't miss out this hour if you really want it. Now we have got more for you as well, of course. Oh, let me just very quickly show you that tape as well, because it is part of that bundle there. So I'm just going to quickly show you what we've got there. Now we've got that as a 2-metre option as well for you. We'll bring that up at the bottom of the screen so you can go for that individually if you do want that, but it is part of the bundle as well, the one-day special. The 2-metre option, just bringing it up there because it's £9.99 for the 2-metre option, £8.99, £361. Right, let's move down and see what else we've got for you. Now, when it comes to the fringes, or, you know, we think about charm packs, we think about all those wonderful size pieces of fabrics, we can make some amazing things. Well, we've got for you here the Rose Rouge Charm Quilt Instruction Pack. This is beautiful again, Trisha. That fabric, the more I see of it, the more I fall in love with this.
Well, you've got every single in your charm pack, which are 5-inch squares and pre-cuts by Moda. You have got every single one in La Rose Rouge range. So I was working out yesterday, there are probably 34, 36 fabrics. So you've got 42 5-inch squares in your charm pack. So you've probably got duplicates in 6, but I have only used there 16. So I've added my background fabric and binding and backing fabric as well, and the wadding. But from your charm pack, you could make much bigger than that, because, as I say, I've only used 16. So you could do 2. You do twice the width. You could do 3 by 3, probably 4 by 5 squares.
Yeah. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. And there we are. You've got the full instructions there to make what you've just seen there. £19.99 if you want that one. 985627 is the item number. Oh, the next item. This is one of my favourite things, actually. We've got the mini charm bag. Now, when I was watching, this is what really made me fall in love with the fabric, I think, because when you see those little squares together, and then the fabric that you've put with this as well, Trisha, it really shows this off to its best. Isn't that such a sweet bag? Let me just show you the size of the mouth there as well. Obviously, we've got a little bit of stuffing in there, but that is a lovely, lovely project and a lovely size bag as well. Absolutely beautiful. Sorry, excuse me, I've got my frog back this morning. There we are. So if you want to go for this one, £12.99, 390 302. And you can see, of course, we've got the charms here, the charm pack and the little squares there as well. Aren't they beautiful, those fabrics? Oh, they are stunning. Right, OK, we've got more for you, though. Let's have a look at the next item. Now, we've got the messenger bag for you now. Now, we've got the grey version here. Now, let's have a look at this, because you do get the hardware and the zip included as well. Oh, you don't on this one?
You do on the marble, metallic marble.
That's coming up on the next one, is it? Right, OK. So, but you get all the fabrics, you get the wadding on this one.
Yes.
You get the instructions as well. £9.99 is the price for this one. So let me just show you inside there. So if you want to put pockets in, you can do that. If you want to, what was that? Sorry,
that's
Trish?
the instruction pack.
Oh, just for the instruction pack on the screen at the moment to make this particular bag. But just to show what you can achieve there. Let's just show you how the bag looks. You've got the little zip there inside the pocket.
There we are. There's the pack.
That's the details for the fabric as well. So you've got the choices there of the full kit at £19.99. That does include the fabric and the wadding and, of course, the instructions, 919128. Or bottom of the screen if you just want to go for the instructions, and, of course, you can use your own fabrics. 410075. Now, I'm just going to move something on the counter so we don't get confused. Oops, as I throw it all over the place. Because we have got another option, but this one does come with the zip and the hardware. So the price on this one, £22.99. You've got that beautiful marble fabric there as well. Of course, the wadding, the lining included as well. The hardware is wonderful. You have got that zip, so you've got that ready for the little pocket, and of course the instructions as well. So ability on this one, Trisha, could a beginner make this?
Yes, the instructions are really comprehensive. There's photographs, there's wording, and if you follow what it says step by step, yes, you could make. And I will be demoing this as well, either later on in the show or at the 12 o'clock one.
Fabulous.
The reason for the grey one being purely the fabrics was just from customer feedback that people have learned so much, especially during lockdown. They've taken on sewing as their beginning of their journey, and they've learned so much that now some of them, but not all, and it's different sometimes to others, they might prefer purely fabric, so they can cut their own,
Right,
as opposed to
okay.
a pre-cut kit. So
Yeah.
I thought I'd just bring one out. There's two alternatives. One with the full kit, so you've got
Okay.
everything there ready to sew
Very
immediately.
wise. And we do listen to feedback, you see, so this is why it happens. But for this particular kit, 180827, just £22.99, and that does include the hardware and zip on that one, as well as, of course, the full instructions and the fabric as well. Oh, another cute little bag for you next. This is so pretty. Look, this is so handy, isn't it? If you've just nipped into the shops and you want to put your money and your keys in something, or, you know, a little notebook could fit in there as well. This is beautiful. So it's a whole kit again. Now, we have got a zip and hardware in this one, haven't we,
Yes, that is a
Trisha,
full
as well?
kit, yes.
Lovely. We've got the wadding there, the lining, everything. Already pre-cut squares for you as well. What a lovely little kit this is. £17.99, 950056. So bright and fresh, isn't it, the colours of it?
So that's another technique. So it's very similar. So this uses fringes, but fringes cut into 4. So you have 2-inch squares. Now, probably not all of us would like to work with small squares. But with this particular technique, we've used a quilter's grid.
Right,
So
okay. I'm just
that's
turning it
hopefully
round.
another
Look at
demo I'll
that.
come up with later on today.
Oh, I love it. So sweet. That would be a lovely little gift for somebody as well. 950056, as I say, for that particular one. And then next, we've got more squares for you, but this time, do you know, we've got lots here. There is a pick and mix option, but there's also a lucky dip option. And I've got to say, Trisha, if I was going for the pick and mix, I think I do know which ones I'd go for, but I'd be quite happy with a lucky dip as well, because they are absolutely beautiful. Shall we flick through a few of these so we can have a good look at these? So tell us about what we've got here, because we've got Moda at the top, haven't we?
We have. So they're all from La Rose Rouge. So similar or the same as the charm pack and the mini charm pack. Now, they are numbered along the top 1 to 6, but they may not be in the right order, because when they came out of the packs, the numbers of the pack got muddled. So the best idea, even though they will all work together, so any 3, whichever you choose, if you like them, which I'm sure you will, but they will all work together, whatever you choose. But on the website, it will actually say number 1 to number 6, and you'll be able to see. I'm sure number 4 is in the right place, and number 6 is in the right place.
They are beautiful. I'm not going through every piece here, of course. I'm just kind of flicking through randomly, so that, in fact, what I'm really doing is my shopping in my head. Thinking, yes, this is my choice.
You've got your traditional French General Red, which actually, if you've bought Chaffarkani or Beau Papillon in the past, they will all still work together.
Yes.
So little bits of that you could put with this.
Absolutely
but you've got your deep
beautiful.
pinks, ivories, linen. It's just delicious.
Well, I'm loving the bag with the, you know, the canvas effect
it's
bag.
those colours.
It's absolutely stunning. Now, the second row, what have we got here then?
Yes, what we have here is Bloom. So this one is Bloom Blue, and it's an Adidas Sitar design, Macawa fabrics.
Oh, wow.
So they too are absolutely beautiful.
Oh, I love this.
So yes, the next one is Cream Blue, cream and cream stroke blue. Basically because, to make it easy, there's a cream base with the same blues and different designs on there.
Amazing. Right, quick flick through there.
Yep.
Then we've got the red, obviously.
That's right, we do.
Oh, that lovely gold colour with that as well, that deep
musky gold. They blend beautifully. So it's
Don't
a
they
case for
just?
me, when I get the whole range, I select ones that I feel will go together. So, and because you've got 3 packs that you choose for the bundle, they will all mix. So the blues will mix with the reds because there's bits of the blue and the ivory on all of them. Anyway.
There are, I can see that. These are so pretty again, aren't they?
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful. Just flicking through again. I'm not going through every single square because we'll be here all day, but, you know.
And the quality
it spoils it, I think, for when everybody get these home. They want to open these up and have a good look through. And a bit, oh, yeah, oh, wow. These are stunning. Love this pink in here as well. That's such a pretty colour.
Quite a few ditzy ones as well, so
very nice.
Ideal for your patchwork or smaller projects.
Gorgeous. And then further down, the next row down, we've got some quite bright ones here.
Yeah,
haven't we?
these are like blenders, but they will all work individually, or if you want a rainbow effect. So that set is purples, but it goes through to cerise and pink.
Gorgeous.
Because that works well. And then I
Now,
think they're the blues.
We've got some nice dark royal blues and almost navies in here as well. A little
Yes.
bit of the cream in there, which works so beautifully, of course.
Yeah. You'll probably
And then we have the
recognise-
greens with the... We've got turquoise in here as well, and almost a teal. Stunning. Look at these. Oh, wow. Very nice. Then, would these be neutrals?
They would
Yeah.
be neutrals, yes.
Lovely. So you've got your browns, your greys, and your black in there. And then
Yes.
we've got the yellows. And again, you've got that golden sort of sandy colour
That's
in
right,
there as
yes.
well. Sort of
Yes.
mustard tones in there. Beautiful. And then finally at the bottom, we've got
Yes.
the white and the cream and the white and the white. Now, I am just going to pick these up to see if you can see.
Yes, I think
there we
that's the
are.
white on cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the other one's brighter. So it's basically a lacquered print on a white base or on a cream base.
Lovely. And then the other
And
one,
they
I'll just
work
pick
with
it up
more.
so that hopefully we can see the pattern. It's difficult with the lights in here,
Yeah.
but you can see that there.
Well, there's 5
Gorgeous.
different designs, so 5 different patterns within each of them, and 4 of each.
Lovely. Well, details there for you, £14.99. Pick a mix, any 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's 2 lots for me. 572380 is the item number. You can go for multiples while we've got the stock. Just make sure you put the appropriate multiples in. Let's have a look how you do that, actually. We'll go to the website. There you can see all of the different options there. The names are there for you as well. You can see the different fabrics. Very easy just to click on the one or the ones that you want. You can double up on the same pack if you want to. As long as I say we've got the stock, then you can do that in any sort of multiplication that you want or the colour system that you want to put together. There we go. Right, well, we want to see more from Trisha, don't we? Because, of course, when it comes to demonstrations, yes, that's what we're going to see. Now, I've got to let you know, Trisha, the one-day special is limited stock now.
Right.
Again,
Okay.
so this is the extended delivery that once it's gone, it has gone. There is no more of the one-day special. So if you are going to use it, Trisha, now's the time.
I will use it right now,
Okay.
just to explain the concept and what the Frenchy ruler is all about. So it is basically an 8-inch square with 2, or rather a border, with 2 more rulers encased with it, so it all slots together. The idea being, or the main idea that I designed this for, was for a particular patchwork technique where I needed to centre fabric. But with the designing, it was, if you were cutting this aperture, a 4-inch aperture out of the middle, what would we do with these pieces? So let's have a 4-inch square which we can work with, also with an aperture, a 2-inch one, so we can work with the fringes yet again and cut our fringes into 2-inch squares, not necessarily using this one small 2-inch piece, which is I use for a lot of other different things as well within patchwork and sewing, but purely so, it's another thing you can do with it. So if I show you the basics of what we would do. So in the one-day special, which, as you said, Catherine, is just about still available, you will get 2 widths of fabric, so the whole width and an 8-inch strip. So
Lovely.
I've done a little bit of cutting for you, but because you will have your Frenchy ruler, you can cut the 8-inch square very easily. So rotary cutter to hand. All we need to do is line up, and I will stand because I like to look over the ruler and make sure it's lined up. So I line the edges of my fabric with the edges of the ruler, and as you would usually do, just pop your hand down and hold on to the ruler so it's just sitting there firmly, and trim your one piece, your side piece away.
Wonderful.
The grip tape within the kit as well, within the set, you could put on the back of your ruler, and what it will do is stop the ruler slipping. And as you saw there, it didn't slip for me, but if I were to sit down, sometimes you can push it a little bit.
Yeah.
So the grip tape, which is self-adhesive and practically see-through, doesn't obliterate any of the markings on the ruler, it will just sit there and it will hold
wonderful.
it firmly.
So when we see the tape, because it looks white, it's just the backing on it.
It
when
is,
you take
that's
the
right.
backing off, it's almost
just sort
transparent.
of milky, but
Yeah.
you know.
Do you know what's
almost-
just struck me as well, watching you there cut that piece of fabric as well, Trisha? I'm thinking if there's any paper crafters who haven't got
Yes.
a guillotine, or, you know, they're not good at measuring, 8 by 8 is a good standard size square card. You've
That's
got other
right.
sizes as well. You could use this for your
Yes.
paper crafting needs
And
as
how
well.
many times do you want to put something absolutely central?
Yeah, really good
In the
tool.
previous shows, I did demonstrate how you would do this technique without the ruler.
Right,
and
okay, yeah.
it's how you find the centre of everything. It's measuring, it's
Yes.
folding, it's pinning, and then it might not be quite right. How simple was it to just place this down? All I'm doing at the minute, though, is cutting. So I have, not that it matters, but I have got a rotary mat so that I can just turn that without moving my fabric. And then all I'm going to do is cut the other side, because really it's easier not to have to move your fabric and realign your ruler. So there, quite simply, I have my 8-inch square.
Perfect.
Now I will take myself under here, one of my Frenchies, got a few other little bits there. Right, so one thing I think about when I am using fabrics like this, the technique is a square within a square. I like to have a contrast in colour, or colour depth. So I could have black and white, or I could have a dark fabric and a lighter fabric. So I think those two will work together, or perhaps I will go... No, I won't go that one. There's too many to choose from. I will go this one here.
Okay.
And all I need to do is place my Frenchie in that aperture, and I know that is absolutely central. Now, a little tip, just so, because we're going to take the 8-inch part off, it is good for the next part where I do a bit of folding to either pin in place or use fabric glue.
Right.
So,
well, Trisha, I've got a little bit of an update for you.
Oh, right.
You know what's coming, don't you?
I do.
Has
it gone?
It's gone. The one-day special has gone. Do you know, we are going to let you continue demonstrating, though.
Because
we're going to put the Frenchies on the screen for everybody, and because, you know, you are using the Frenchies as well, it allows us to continue with the demonstration. Lovely. Well done. Those that checked out, you are not going to be disappointed. Now, we cannot get any more of the one-day special, but we have been trying to see if we can get just some more of the tools on their own. We can't get the fabric. We're hoping, can't guarantee it 100% at this moment, but tune in at 12 o'clock if you've missed out to see if we can get any more of the tools. But definitely the one-day special as a bundle has gone. Now, if we can do this, the tool on its own will be £24.99. So please do come back at 12 o'clock to see if we've managed to get hold of that stock. But yeah, well done those that managed to get the one-day special.
Thank you. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. You will have a lot of fun with this. And as time goes on, I will bring more techniques for using with it
lovely.
And other things as well.
Perfect.
So it's not going to be a, well, I've bought it, I can do, and then it sits aside. It's something to use and use.
Yeah.
I have mine now on my table, whatever, if I'm doing patchwork, and I use this, it's my go-to.
Yeah.
So it isn't just a one-trick pony, if you like.
Lovely stuff.
So what I was going to say, with pins, I would suggest one can have round head pins or pearl head pins, and you can have your flower head pins. If you put the round head in, when we come to fold, the round head actually makes the fabric stand up from.
Yes,
so
of
you
course.
can't butt your edges together nicely. Whereas if you use a flower head pin, which I incidentally pricked myself with, so they're very sharp, it does lay flat, so you can just...
Do you know, I never even thought of that before. Now I see why we have these.
That's right. So it's nice and flat for when I do. But my preferred, I must admit, is a bit of glue. So a little bit of fabric glue, and I would do that before I put the Frenchie on top. Just a little strip, just to hold that in place, and that will be sufficient. So I'm doing both. I've got a pin in one side, and we just take the plate off.
Okay.
Next thing, we'll just turn my... Because you don't have to iron, but I prefer to. The time we've saved doing this, I prefer to do that extra little bit of ironing to help me along the way. Now, where is my mat? Here it is. Okay. So I just get my... Or you go to your ironing board, or if you've got a pressing mat, they're always handy because they're sitting next to you. So we need to get rid of the raw edges. I should have shown... This is what I've made previously. And very simply, it is a square within a square, and it looks like you'd make it normally, which is by taking your square, adding a strip down one side and then a strip down the opposite side, then pressing, and then adding a long strip at the remaining 2 opposite sides. All takes time, takes extra cutting. But this way, you've got 2 lots of cuts, an 8-inch and a 4-inch.
That's really going to speed things up, isn't it?
So to get rid of... Sorry?
It's really going to speed things up for you.
It is. So to get rid of these raw edges, all we need to do is fold up the long raw edge to the centre, and then the other raw edge to meet in the middle. Okay, and we want them to meet, we don't want them to overlap. The only thing I am looking at is the side here, so that when you fold it up, this side edge lines up with the side edge of the bit on the table. And then I am just going to iron along, just press along that fold. Now, if I were doing lots of blocks, I would do this part all at the same time. So I'd get all my fringes centred, and then a little bit of glue to hold them in place, and then I would press all of my blocks, or press all of these folded edges ready to put under the machine.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you're not toing and throwing all the time.
No, and it's quite relaxing. You're just sitting here. You can do it all sitting down, apart from I like to do my cutting. So then we'll take it to the machine. And as you see, because I haven't got my extension table on, but it doesn't matter, but because I've pressed it, it's all laying nice and flat and will stitch beautifully and accurately. So a 1/4 inch seam, patchwork foot on if you have one, or 1/4 inch foot. If you haven't, you may be able to move your needle position, which means even though you're doing a straight stitch, you can shift the needle to the right, it will be. And if you have a digital display, the magic number is 5.5, and that will move your needle to give you a 1/4 inch seam and lining up the standard foot on the edge of the fabric. So as I'm working down here, if I had done my batch preparing, I would now not cut the thread, I would just feed the next one underneath. And then the next one without cutting.
So you'd be sort of daisy chaining.
That's right. Chain piecing.
Chain piece, that's it.
That's it. So that I would then have a long strip, but the other side is still not stitched. So I would cut at that end, flip it around, and then put the other side through, and they're there all in place because they're held together by the original stitching.
Lovely.
So that would take even less time by doing that and save your thread. So all I'm going to do as I'm doing one is stitch down the other side too. And as you can see, it is quite straightforward, and for a beginner it's ideal. You really can't go wrong, and I think it will inspire you to do even more. I had one lady sent a message last night and she said, I think I'm going to start patchwork. I bought the tool, I'm going to start patchwork. So it is a nice, simple way, but with a great block as well, to start off. So all I'm going to do now is flip those seams back, and with my iron I'm just going to press those open.
I'm loving this, Trisha. I really am loving this.
I think it grabs you like I did in my early days of patchwork. Every time I saw something, it's like, I want to do it, I want to do it, I must get that, I want it. And it's that, that will inside you that thinks, oh, but it is easy. And when it looks so crisp and neat and clean, because this is the thing, there's no real matching of points.
No.
If you were doing the strips at each side and then the other side, you would have to get the perfect finish. And we're not, everything isn't perfect in life. So the odd mistake really doesn't matter, you know, it's the enjoyment of it. But this way, it just happens.
It does. It's the accuracy with having the ruler system of getting those cuts so perfect, because even the tiniest fraction that you are out with a seam or a cut, once you start to multiply those together, it throws everything off, doesn't it?
It does. And all I would say, if you're somebody that do like absolute perfection and you can't live with seeing that one mistake, unpick it. It doesn't. But if you can live with it, you know, just savour the moment, enjoy what you've made.
I think sometimes when we get started and we see our little mistakes, well, I've done this in the past anyway, we tend to think, do you know, I am going to leave it, and then I can see how I'm improving as I go along as well. Oh, do you know, it's a wonderful, wonderful, well, I know it's gone, but it was a wonderful one-day special.
So, I've done that little bit, but as you can see, we have still got a raw edge here and here. So we're only going to do exactly the same thing again. So no glue this time, but we're going to fold up the other edges, and you can feel where that Frenchy is, that raw edge that you folded up to. If you're not happy with the feel, use the ruler and just place the 2-inch part, which is your border, on there, and when you look at that, to make sure that that is exactly the size.
Yeah.
But I think you'll find that it will be the right size anyway. And here, just to get that accuracy, all I'm looking at is those stitched lines that are lining up with the seam here where it's not covered.
Yeah.
And those will automatically, the sides of the raw edges will automatically will be lined up accurately. And then I'm just going to take the iron and just press that folded seam as well. So press that down, and then I will bring the other side to meet. And again, just meet, not overlap. And you'll see then the stitch line looks as though it's continuous because it is all lined up. So you just have your finger there just to hold that in place while we just press that. And as I say, if you want to take it just by holding it and take it straight to the machine, absolutely fine. But you perhaps need some pins and hold it like that. By pressing, it just makes it a whole lot easier. So we will just stitch down just like before. So really, what have I had? 4 seams, 4 rows of straight stitching, and our block is made. So even though that flicked open, it doesn't matter because...
It's such a lovely technique. You know, to know that you haven't got all those different raw edges in there, everything's concealed. The only raw edges were the centre square that you're disguising, but it looks as though you've pieced all those bits together. But you know you've got the full strength of the fabric there because you haven't got the individual cuts and seam allowances to pull open.
It is. It's because all the raw edges are enclosed, it is really nice and strong and robust. So you can see where these come together. They are perfect at those corners, and you've got your perfect square.
And it is perfect.
So you can, with these others here, they will just join together, and you can see there, this is where when you join them together, you can link these seams here. That's where you've got to just right sides together. And I would pin at those seams because they're both going in the same direction. I want them to stay accurately together. But if you wanted to avoid that, what you can do is put yourself a strip in between, which I haven't got a strip here, but let's pretend this is. So instead, you could cut yourself, say, a 2-inch strip and just pull that up there. And that way, all you need to do is join your 2-inch strip, which I would also cut with my Frenchy ruler. And in this way, I'll cut one of these little squares in half so that you can see. Gosh, I work in a mess, Catherine.
That's a very tidy area, I've got to say, Trisha. The state of some of them we see, and I'm thinking about myself again there. Oh, I need to take some lessons on how to keep a bit tidier, I think, when I'm working.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible. So with this, this is a Frenchy, it's 4 inches square. It is easy enough, it is simple enough to line up this inside edge with the edge of the fabric. And then you've also got your markings here, so you know that that is 2 inches, and we'll just cut down like so. And then, as I say, with the rotating, I can cover my blade. Always cover your blade in between cuts. And I've lined that up. So now I have got 4 identical 2-inch squares. You could, you see, I have 2 sets of these, there we are, because I cover them up. But here you have your 2-inch, which fits that exactly. So you know you've got perfection there. If you wanted to cut your Frenches with that's a 2-inch already, with a 2-inch, the square ruler, you can. So you could put that on the corner and cut, but it is far easier to do it with your...
Yeah, we can see that actually.
Yeah.
Do you know, again though, I'm thinking of the paper crafters, because that would be again a very useful tool.
Yes.
And watching Trisha there with the fabric and putting the Frenchy in the centre there as well. If you've got card and you want to mat and layer, you're going to get it absolutely perfect. So definitely a multi-tool. Do make sure you come back at 12 o'clock if you've missed out on the one-day special to see if we can just get hold of those tools. Now we're also very, very busy on these fabrics as well. In fact, Trisha's got with her there a couple of cushions. Are they made
Let me
with
just
these?
show you. I had,
Trisha,
because life is becoming so busy with Frenchies and everything else, I've had some help from two lovely ladies who are Trisha time people. And Lindsay has made a couple of cushions here, which are absolutely beautiful, using the Frenchy tool. So you can see how that works. We've got, there's borders that Lindsay's put in between this one, and the other one she has, which is, they work well together because they're both from the Catalina Moda range. So they were simple, like I was just saying, was popping the border, so you did have, actually had no matching to do with
so neat,
these
isn't
little,
it?
with where the cross sections, the intersections are. So that was nice and easy. But what I do love, and although this is not La Rose Rouge, so this is also your French general material. There we are.
that is
Isn't it
fabulous
absolutely fabulous?
It really is.
So you can see those square and a square blocks, and she's either made this up herself or used some of my inspiration to her, because she loves doing all of this.
Is that reversible? Totally reversible? As well? Is it the same?
It could be.
Yeah, look.
She'll say, "Oh, Trisha, don't turn it inside out." I know she would, but look at this for neatness.
Blame me, because it was me that just mentioned it.
Because she's put that extra.
You could use it that way just as easily. Look at that.
Yeah, absolutely fabulous.
Oh, wow.
Bless Lindsay. I can see her now with her hands over her face saying, "Oh, what are you doing?"
No,
it's lovely.
I think that is absolutely amazing, and it shows the care and attention that's gone into the project, and that wouldn't have been done in that way if Lindsay hadn't been, enjoying working with the tools and the fabrics as well. Oh, thank you for showing those, Trisha. We'll be back with Trisha in a little while, but we are very, very busy on the Frenchies, of course, as well. Let's have another recap on these. So you've got a pick and mix, or there is a different option. We've got a lucky dip for you as well. But starting with the French general, first of all, these beautiful, beautiful fabrics at the top. I'm not going to show you every single piece again, but we'll have a flick through each of the bundles to a point, so you've got a good idea of what you get in there. They are absolutely stunning. I'm so sorry if I keep using that word today, but I am in love with these. I really, really am. This is my sort of fabric. The fact that we've got Moda here as well, the French general. What's the official title of this one?
Rose Rouge.
You see, I can't pronounce it. That's why I'm getting you to do it, Trisha.
Red Rose colour.
And you've got those plains in there. Of course, they just bring out those colours even more when you put them together, don't they? Do you know, you've got some lovely florals in here, but you've got some quite small crisscross patterns like the lattice in there as well, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And that is such a lovely shade of red, isn't it, that's been used in the fabric. Gorgeous. So we'll continue along the top row here. Almost a sand colour in this as well, Virgin and the Gold, isn't there?
Do you know, to me, it's not always the actual design. It is the way the colours blend together and the size of the design, whether it be a small print or a little bit bigger, and the way it all just works. Sometimes, as I say, I don't even look at what the design is. But the cross-hatch ones I absolutely love, and even that plain cross-hatching there. Why I'm drawn to cross-hatching, I don't know.
I think because it's non-directional. I mean, you can put any of these any way up, really, can't you? Because of the style of them, they work however you wish. But I think they're striking, but they're not overpowering at the same time. I don't know if that sounds right, but that's how I see it. But you've always got to have those solid colours in there as well, haven't you? Absolutely beautiful. Then the second row, we've got the blooms for you. So these beautiful blue shades. This first bundle here, look at the navy blue in there, the gold's in there as well. I mean, you've got, again, the little dots you've had. For me, you've always got the dots as well. That's pretty, isn't it?
Is that like clover? I've looked at it.
Yeah, it is a little bit like clover, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Do you know, I don't care if it's a real flower or a fantasy flower. It is stunning. absolutely stunning. What a gorgeous colour in the background there, along with the motifs on there as well. And then this one, I've fallen in love with this one. That's that clover again in the blue, isn't it?
Yes.
I think that's such a pretty design. Now, lots of ditzy ones in here, you said, didn't you, Trisha, as well?
Yes.
Look at that, that's very pretty. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And moving along again, I'm just going to go through a few again. That mustard gold colour there again in this one. You know, you've got the blue in there, but a lot of the red in this one as well, which works so, so well together. Yeah. And then the next one, with this a little bit lighter, but you've got still got the blue in there. And you said earlier, didn't you, how they're going to work. In fact, if I just pull in that one from the previous set, you can see how the colours really do work so well together. So I think you're safe. You are. To just go with anything, aren't you? The lucky dip, if you wanted to go for that, you know you're going to be safe with that as well.
Well, the lucky dip is actually a separate. So these are the three. Yes, these are three for $14.99, and the lucky dip is from all the Moda ones that I have done as well, where I've got, you know, some of that fabric left and some fringes already cut or a lot already cut, ready for dispatch.
Well,
so.
we are very limited on the lucky dip, actually, so details have just come on the screen, everybody. But if you want to choose your own, it's the pick and mix details that you want that we're looking at now. $14.99 for the pick and mix. We're looking at these blenders now, the purples through to that beautiful fuchsia pink in there as well. And then we've got the blues. I'm going to skip through a little bit faster because I want to get back to Trisha as soon as possible, just wary of the time. The greens, which to me are a must-have. Always have some greens somewhere. You've got gorgeous turquoises and teals in there as well. We've got the neutrals for you that go through from the browns to the greys and the blacks. Gorgeous. And then the yellows as well, which again you've got a whole array of different tones in there. Then you've got your white on cream and your white on white. Again, because of the lights it's hard to see the pattern, but these again absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. So you've got lots to choose from there. $14.99 for any three. You can go for more than three as long as it's in multiples. 572380. Trisha, we're going to go back to you. What can you show us now?
Right, pen. I say, when I was driving this morning, my bag shot all over the front well. So, where is my pen that was placed neatly at the top?
There's your next project. You need to make something that loops over your car seat, so if anything was to go forward, it's not going to go anywhere.
No, good idea. Right, what I thought I'd do, I'll move on from the Frenchie because hopefully I'll get some more, well, they haven't sold out yet, the Frenchie tool, and then I'll do some other little bits, but how I use it in some other demos as well. But what I was asked last night, with the charm pack, how to do that quilt or the runner.
Yeah.
And so, although I'm not using a charm pack, I've got the same fabrics because they're from the same range, the La Rose Rouge, but I'm using Frenchie, so all it will be is a smaller, slightly smaller variation of. So very, very easy. The same as with the charm pack one, I have got some squares which are half the width of my square. So because this is 4 inches, these are 2. And what I'm going to do is place one in 2 diagonally opposite corners. And I'm going to actually use one of my little tools here. I'm just going to draw the diagonal line. So this is where just one of the things that another use of this, although we could use anything, we could use a ruler, we could use a patchwork ruler. Let's see if the pen is working to do this. But when you've just got your one set of Frenches with those 3 parts to it, why not use them? Because they are sitting next to you for whatever you're going to do, and just pick it up and use it. So, as I say, you don't need, when you're placing in the corner, you don't need the tool to do that, because you can just line up those edges. So again, just popping them in the diagonally opposite corners and marking and drawing the diagonal. And you're drawing the diagonal because what we're going to do is actually stitch on the line, and then we're going to trim a part away from the line and reform. We're going to then flip it back to reform it into this original square size and shape. Therefore, you can't, if you think about why you're doing it, you won't put your diagonal line in the wrong place, because obviously there's 2 diagonals to a square.
Yeah.
So you could choose that one, and if you chose that one, it's not really going to do anything. But if thinking ahead as to the purpose of drawing this and the stitching on it, then you'll realise why it needs to go from one side, one adjacent side to the other. So that being adjacent to that one, or around the 90-degree angle. A little bit of maths in here, I suppose, but...
Yeah, but it's not difficult maths, is it?
No. I love my maths. Perhaps that's why I love patchwork, because it's a little bit mathematical. But if I can take the maths out of it for people that don't like maths, then even better. So, as I say, all I'm going to do now, you can pop a pin. That's my catchphrase on my... Pop a pin in it.
Pop a pin in it. I can tell you, with 70% of the stock gone on our charm pack quilt as well, which is absolutely beautiful. Now, you do get the instructions, $19.99. Let me just show this that we've got here again, so you can see those beautiful fabrics. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Wise. When I'm doing patchwork, I like to use a small stitch length. So I'm using 2, in fact that's 2.2, but 2 millimetres or 2.0 as my stitch length, because it gives such a better finish. Now, I must admit that I have only just started doing, when I say only just, in the last year or so, because I always thought that that was far too short a stitch length, because just think about the unpicking if you've got a very short stitch length. And but the benefit is so great in your actual end results, because, well, you'll see in a moment, the longer your stitch, when you fold it back, you get like little gaps.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So it's this, about the stability of the fabric once you stitch with the shorter stitch.
It is fantastic. So, as you can probably see, I'm doing a little bit of chain piecing as well. Yeah. So I'd started doing it before I said, but which is why I pinned the other ones on, because they would have fallen off. But I've got them all in a length now, just like I would with my Frenchy square in a square.
Okay.
And so now they're all in a long strip. It means that I can stitch along that diagonal. I can pick up the next one because it's attached, and I will just feed under. I'll lift the presser foot so it goes in, because obviously being diagonals, you're working from a point, and just hold those squares in place just so that they don't move, because you still want them lined up with the raw edges. Actually, I didn't line that properly before I pinned it, so just scoot that there, and then bring the presser foot a little bit closer. And straight across.
Now, I'm just going to remind everybody as well, Trisha, we're very busy on the pick and mix still. Lots of you putting those in your baskets. We haven't got long left in this hour. I can't guarantee what will be left at 12 o'clock. We're still waiting on news as well about extra stock of tools. We'll keep you updated. We'll let you know at 12 o'clock. But we have got, as you can see on the screen there, the pick and mix available at the moment. Any 3 for $14.99, 572-380. Of course, they are your 4x4 Frenches that you're buying there. We're very limited, or we were very limited, on the Lucky Dip, which is a different item number. So we'll keep you posted on that one as well. But Trisha will be back at 12 o'clock as well. Trisha, we'll let you carry on, but I just want to make sure that everybody's aware how busy we are again.
Yes.
In fact, I can tell you that when it comes to the Lucky Dip, all stock is now allocated in baskets. Not everybody's checked out yet, but if they do, we will be sold out. So that's your choice. Are you going to go for it? Are you going to check your baskets out? Are you going to risk something back, jumping back out? We will see. I'm sure we're going to have more updates at 12 o'clock, that's for certain, Trisha.
Okay. So again, I'm trimming away. So what I've done is I am putting my ruler, my 4-inch square one, I could use the bigger one, but I am lining that, so I'm cutting 1/4 inch. Now, it doesn't matter if it's not 1/4 inch, but I'm lining up my stitch line with a 1/4 inch. I've got a marking end to end, and that gives me my 1/4 inch there. So as I say, it doesn't matter if it is a little bit bigger. You don't want it too thin, too narrow rather, because it could come undone. But with the length of my stitch, that is going to save it from doing that, even if you did cut it too short, because I am going to press my seams together. If you are opening them up instead, which some people like to open their seams up and press, then it would put a little bit of strain on the seams, and it could come undone if your seam allowances were too small. So all I'm going to do now is just stitch, press that back. And as I always, whether I'm using a mini iron or my normal iron, I press with the side of my iron, because you get a longer length of, the seam pushed back at the same time, rather than if you push in one the point of your iron. I just feel...
You're at risk of distorting the fabric a little bit doing it that way, aren't you? I can see the difference as you're just doing that there.
Yeah, so it's not stretching it, it's just pushing it down. Absolutely.
Trisha, we've got about 4 minutes left, I think, before the end of the show, or before the end of demonstration time. But that's coming together beautifully. And again, that fabric, don't miss out on these when it comes to the pick and mix. These are your favourites. Get them in your basket, check them out.
Right. So, actually, I'll just pop these here. All we need to do, the hard part is over, is we have the background fabric pointing into the middle, and you arrange them in whatever fabrics you want next to each other. In actual fact, I might have a light next to a dark, but you have a play about with that. And there, can you see it looks just the same, just slightly smaller than the runner done with the charm pack. So the first thing we do is right sides together. I work in rows, 1 row, 2 rows. So right sides together, and here I like to make sure, see it's minimally bit out there, but I like to make sure that here, where that intersection is absolutely on top of each other, and I will put a pin there to hold it, because that's it, and then that should fit perfectly, which it nearly does, but there's about perhaps 1/8 of an inch. But as you said, Catherine, if you had 1/8 of an inch, oops, now I didn't go back to my I need to go back to my 1/4 inch seam allowance, and I didn't, so let's just start here. I'll start back in. I'll unpick that in a moment. And I take my pin out just before I get to that point. If you take it out too quickly, your fabric can still move. You know, as the presser foot is down on there, it can just push it. So just at the last minute. So again, get those 2 seams lining up perfectly, and that raw edge, pin in there to hold, and pop that under. And I've gone back to, as I say, my 1/4 inch seam allowance and my low stitch length of 2. Pull that out.
Still busy on that charm pack quilt as well. So almost 80% of the stock has gone. 19.99, 985, 627. Sorry to interrupt just for a second, Trisha. Just so everybody can see again what you can create there. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Gorgeous, gorgeous. We remain very busy on the pick and mix as well of those Frenchy squares, which of course Trisha has shown us those beautiful cushions, the bag, of course she's been using throughout the show as well. Trisha, we'll go back to you just so we can see what you're doing there as well.
So I'll just press the seam. This is the centre seam there. I've pressed one in one direction and the other in, that's it because I've turned that, so that one's going that way. I want that to go this way, so that I can nest those seams. And let's just pop them back together again. Have I done them both the same way? No, I haven't. So that I like nesting my seams. That's going that way, that's going, the top one's going that way.
Got about a minute left, Trisha.
Push them together, pin there if you would like to, because that will hold that together. And then also, I'm just going to hold that, but we'll pin these ones here, and I'll put them on, so I'll hold it with my finger.
Okay.
And stitch across, pin out in the centre. Then I can just pull that together, just so that that meets nicely. And obviously you take a little bit more time than rush it through.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, Trisha, you have timed that to perfection. That is absolutely amazing, and it is so effective. It's absolutely beautiful. Well, we've only got seconds left of this show. Do check those baskets out. Please don't hesitate, because honestly, we will make the sales in between the shows as well. I don't know what's going to be left at 12 o'clock. Trisha, we're back together at 12. I'm so pleased about that, actually. Can't wait to see what Trisha's got in store for us. We'll see what we can do on those tools as well, but do check those baskets out. Trisha, thank you so much. Looking forward to 12 o'clock. Stay with us, though. We've got much more to follow. I will be giving you the menu, but we've got all sorts of lovely guests again today. In fact, we've got the lovely Hayley coming up next. Handmade by Hayley is the next hour. Then we've got Pronty MDF and Mediums with Lou Sims. And then we're letting another Lou loose. It's Lou Collins.
Hi, I'm Sarah. And I'm Vicky. We are the Stamping Sisters from Stamp Addicts. We started our family-run business in 1992 when we were importing rubber stamps from the USA. But now we design and manufacture them all here in-house in our shop in Bedfordshire. We make grey rubber stamps, and we make them as deeply etched as we possibly can so that you can use them in many different ways. On our shows on Hochanda, we like to give you lots of different techniques to use with the stamps, different ways that they can be used and ideas. We hope that we can inspire you to get out your stamps and have a play. Look at all the different designs we've got. We've got Christmas, we've got scenic, we've got cute and furry. There's something for everyone. Make sure you don't miss the Stamp Addict shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Lucy from Sweet Poppy Stencils, the Craft Station Limited. We're a craft retailer and we specialise in stainless steel stencils. Our stencils are manufactured in metal. This allows us to have designs that are intricate. We also have new products coming on board, our craft bonds, our pole drops, and our acrylic paints are joining us. We've recently joined Hochanda and we're really excited. This allows us to demonstrate and show our products. We know customers like seeing the demonstrations, so make sure you tune in and don't miss the Sweet Poppy shows on Hochanda.
Did you know you can watch Hochanda 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for free using our app on Roku? Just like your smartphone accesses an app store to add new applications, your Roku streaming player or Roku TV accesses the Roku channel store to add new channels. By downloading the Hochanda channel, you'll be able to access your favourite craft channel on your TV anytime you want to watch. Here's how to do it. Turn on your TV and connect your Roku device. Next, turn the power on and press the home button on your Roku remote. Scroll up or down to select settings. Select your network and select setup connection. Roku uses a wireless connection, so select your router name and add your password. This should be on the side or the bottom of your router. If this is the first time using Roku, then you'll need to set up an account on the device or by going to the Roku website. That's it. Now it's time to add the Hochanda app. Simply press the home button on the Roku remote. Scroll up or down using the arrows on your remote to select streaming channels. Then open the channel store. At the top of the channel store, you'll find a list of featured, new and popular categories to explore. Enter Hochanda into the search bar and this will take you to the Hochanda app. Now simply select Add Channel. When you see the Added Channel screen, press OK and return to the home page. Now scroll down to the Hochanda app and press the star button on your remote. You can then use the arrow buttons to move Hochanda to the top of the screen for quick and easy access. And that's it! You can now watch, purchase and catch up with your favourite shows 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your TV whenever you feel crafty.
Hello, I'm Sue Trangmar and I started Daisy Chain Designs 20 years ago. Back in the day there were very few quilt patterns in the marketplace, and so I started to bring patterns into the UK from America and Australia, and along the way I've been lucky enough to work with some fantastic British designers, and that is what really the essence of Daisy Chain Designs are. At Daisy Chain Designs, we're passionate about sewing and quilting. We design projects that hopefully will inspire you to pick up your needle and thread and have a go. We have great fun in designing things from the very start, and then the end product is always very exciting when you actually see it made. So don't miss the Daisy Chain Design shows on Hochanda.